Facebook. We're about to go on. Who is that? Who is that by Ronan Ali?
It's a jam right there.
Hold on, make sure you got your mic ready. You want the red mic? The red mic. You want to come over here? You good over here? Who is that? I'm bringing the faders up, so be quiet. Who is that by Ronan Ali? Who is that? Well, peace and love. This is the Wilmington Renaissance Radio Show with Samantha Hollins on WHGE 95.3 FM, the first and only black-owned radio station in Delaware. It is October 26th and 68 degrees. Happy fall, y'all. Yes. And I want to introduce my co-host today. I didn't know that Miss Thing would be joining me today, but welcome, Lilo Hollins. Thank you for being here today.
It's always good to be here.
Yes. Well, did you know, Lilo, it is National Make a Difference Day?
Oh, wow. I learned it was National Pumpkin Day, but that works
What?
too.
National Pumpkin Day?
Pretty sure.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, National Make a Difference Day. It don't take much time to just do something nice and thoughtful for someone else in your household, maybe on social media, maybe out there as you're walking down the street. You know, something I always wanted to do, but I gotta make sure I have enough money to do it. I want to be able to go into like a Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or the Sidebar Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to pay for the next couple people that comes after me.
I wish I had money to spare to do that
Yes.
too. I don't know. I like the idea of just paying for someone else's things.
Yes.
But it's not exactly fun when you're out of everything later on.
Yes.
Like the last time I had a lot of money, I would say like around my birthday or a gig I did. I bought a lot of things for the boys. Like
You did.
I paid for a lot of things they wanted, just because I felt like it. Really, I didn't ask for anything in return, but I do know that I lost a lot of money because of it, and it felt nice doing something nice.
Yes.
But at the same time, I was like, oh no.
But at least you're learning how to give. And that's the thing, being able to give to others, even if it's something small. Like, I have a piece of chocolate. Lilo, you want a
Can
piece
I
of
have
chocolate?
it?
You
Yes.
took it last night without
Oh.
asking.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought it was mine. Oh.
But you do things like that for me. If you go out, you'll get something for yourself. And you're like, Mommy, here's this. And I love that.
Thank you. Like, I
Yes.
made you a little rose out of cardboard today.
Oh, yes, you did. And I love it. And I have it in my pocket, in my purse right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do.
Mm.
So, yes,
Wonderful.
you can make a difference in anybody's life by doing the simple things or even big things.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing things without letting people know.
I know, right?
And I don't have to let the world know that I did it.
I love
It's
surprising
more of a
people.
good feeling when you're just doing something low key to help somebody, or just to give to somebody to cheer them up.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I want to say, me personally, one of my love languages is like just giving gifts or whatever. Like if I know, like if I have a friend or something and I see something they would probably like, I'm like, yeah, they like that, I'm gonna get that for them.
Yes, I love that too.
I do it a lot too, well, when I have money,
But you can also make a difference with the gift that you have. For us, we're artists, so we can make a difference with our art. And you're doing that, young lady. The monthly focus.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Took me a minute.
The monthly focus at the the Bellevue Community Center in Wilmington is a youth program called the Cause Production Crew, where the youth pretty much run the whole production.
Oh yeah.
And this past Thursday, you guys did an amazing job with the production.
Thank you, Mom.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, I want to say the October monthly focuses, ironically, I've only been to like 2, and I think I joined the cause in October, so I think that I joined like right after their last monthly focus,
yes.
which I find very funny sometimes. But I've been to 2 October monthly focuses during my time there, and I have to say they're always the funnest ones.
Yes.
Because I love Halloween. And we get to make it all Halloween themed. Like this time we did a costume contest. Costume contests?
Costume contest, yeah.
Costume contest for like 2. We did one for the crew that was a part of the show, and we did one for the audience. Not to brag, but
you won. Yes, you won.
I did.
And your little brother won for the audience.
I won, and my little brother did too.
Yes. But the thing that you guys did that really impressed me is that you guys put the topic of bullying in that scenario.
Oh yeah.
To teach young folks about how to deal with being bullied.
I mean, do you know how great of timing it is to have National Bullying Awareness Month and Halloween? Halloween and like the spooky month all at the same time. You can make so many scary themed PSAs based around bullying. It's so fun. Well, the situation isn't fun, but it's fun to work on them.
Yeah.
Like we made 3.
Yes, and they were very good.
I made a Twilight
Tell
Zone
everybody where they can find it on YouTube.
Well, give me a sec. I haven't checked it in a minute. The Cause Community Network.
Yes. The Cause Community Network. Check them out. Thank you so much for that, Lilo Hollins.
No problem.
Yes. I am thrilled to be here with you Saturdays 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. as I unveil my griot stance of music, art, and culture, past, present, and future throughout Delaware and the whole African diaspora. Today, my in-studio guest is Chris Nelson, the CEO of Our Time Entertainment based out of Delaware County. But before we chat with Chris Nelson, let's get into some things happening in and around Wilmington. So Lilo, we just literally came back from this event.
Oh, yeah.
Like we went there first and then we came here. The 2nd annual Hip Hop Cultural Summit at the Delaware Art Museum. And that is happening right now. The 2nd annual Hip Hop Cultural Summit at the Delaware Art Museum. And it's over at 5 p.m. So you still have time to get down there. Man, it was amazing. They had breakdancing. They had a DJ.
I want to say my favorite parts were the graffiti they had outside. There were like graffiti artists, and I personally love graffiti art. It's very, I don't know, I love the idea behind it, I guess. Like, sure, sometimes it's not legal, but it's very expressive. Like, you ever drive on like a highway or something, you see graffiti on one of the billboards, and you're like, how did they get up there?
Yes, I always wondered that.
Well, I found out the name for it, but I forgot. But I personally, like, I really do respect graffiti artists. Like, they go through a lot of trouble just to get their name out there.
Yes, and it's truly a part of the hip-hop culture. So to see that there today was amazing. And to be able to see that breakdance floor, I don't know what they call that.
God.
Chris, you know what they call that? We're going to creep you in this conversation real quick.
Cardboard.
Just the cardboard?
Mm-hmm.
They were doing breakdancing on the cardboard.
That's
Yes.
originally it was cardboard.
Cardboard. Yep.
Yes. And there was a DJ there doing the DJ part of hip hop culture.
For some reason, Evie and another kid were having a breakdance
Yes.
battle. That was really funny.
I love the culture that they bring to the Delaware Art Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Before we left, they had a panel going on, and there was many independent and mainstream artists on that panel talking about the culture of hip hop. Again, you still have time to get down to the Delaware Art Museum to check that out. It goes on to 5 p.m. and their headliner is Flavor Flav.
I can't believe
Flavor Flav.
Yes, Flavor Flav is going to be going on around 3:30 through 4:30. So yes, get down there, and guess what? It's free.
Free.
All you gotta do is just go.
That man's talented.
Yes. Oh
Wish I
man,
could see
I feel like I've been seeing Flavor Flav everywhere. I saw him at the Olympics recently.
The Olympics?
Yes.
What are you doing there?
He was there cheering on the Olympics, and he actually helped pay for the rent of one of the Olympians who was having trouble with bills while she was out there.
That's so kind.
Then I saw him at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Behind the scenes, he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's here in Wilmington, Delaware, and I wish I can clone myself and be at two places at the same time, because I know it's going to be amazing. The house was packed when we were there.
Oh yeah, there's vendors too.
Yes, vendors. Thank you, Lilo. Yes, amazing vendors. And there was one particular vendor that you were feeling the most, Lilo. Tell us about that.
So me and the boys, we are complete music addicts. If that's the right
Music
word. Yes. We love music. So there were like two vendors actually who were selling records.
Yes.
And first off, I want to say I have there was this Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits one, and I have that one, but this one was found in a rare box because it actually had the poster. No one actually gives up the poster, which I guess is fair. But
Yes.
I wanted that poster.
Yeah.
It was like $60.
Yes, they had us digging in the crates.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Living Color up in there.
Oh, I did too.
Yes, jazz, everything.
Also,
Because when you think about the hip hop culture, they use the albums as breakbeats.
and speaking of
Yeah.
which, on the other side was like right next to him actually, there was this old timey record player,
Yes,
really old timey.
RCA.
RCA.
Yes.
Like that was,
Back in the
ooh,
days.
that was really old looking.
Yeah. Oh, looking.
I
Yes.
want it. I kind of want it, not gonna lie.
And then we saw Hezekiah there with his merch selling his albums. Hezekiah has been around doing his hip hop and so much more for a long time. So yes, if you are tuning in and you're in Wilmington, Delaware right now, go down to the Delaware Art Museum for the second annual Hip Hop Cultural Summit. It's happening right now. Flavor Flav is the headliner, and he goes on at 3:30 through 4:30. Get down here and check it out. There's a lot going on today. Right now, Peace Week celebration is happening at 203 North Market Street in the front of the Academy for Peace. It started at 11 a.m. and it goes on to 6 p.m.
Dang.
So you know where we're going after this, Lala.
Yup.
Yes. They have live entertainment, food, vendors, a DJ, and so much more.
Ooh.
Yes. So I can't wait to go there after we leave here. So we talked about the monthly focus.
Mm-hmm.
And the short films. You didn't talk about the short films you guys worked on.
Oh yeah. So like every October, like I said, I've only been there for 2 Octobers, but every October we've done this like very fun short film. We call them screamers. Short film.
Screamers, yeah, I like that.
I'm pretty sure the idea stemmed from like an actual thing, like you know the Halloween thingy,
Yes.
when people submit their own horror films, independent horror films, and then whoever wins get it. I think they just get it put on Hulu.
Yes, that's a prize within itself.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we were doing, but like it didn't get on a streaming.
Yeah, but it's streaming on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But we worked really hard on it,
Yeah.
and it was so fun to make. Like, so fun. Like, me and Milan's, my best friend, ours was based around, like, I want to say, okay. I did write down my inspirations for it while I was thinking about it, but, like, the Bye Bye Man, that was, like, my biggest inspiration.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah, thank you. That was, like, the biggest inspiration for it. This is gonna sound weird, but an Amazing World of Gumball episode.
Okay, I don't know too much about that, but I know it's a children's show.
There was another one, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
And so those were like the top 3 inspirations for the short film. And I'm not gonna spoil it just in case I don't know you want to see it, which is on the Cause Community Network, by the way.
Yes, the Cause Community Network. Again, check out the Cause production crew on Facebook as well as Instagram, where you can find out more about how your child from the age of 12 to 18 can join the crew, and they can make videos, they can make films, they can act in the films and videos.
And you can edit them.
They edit them, they do all the pre-production, post-production, and production in between, because all the shows are live, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So check that out. And also on Mondays and Wednesdays at the Bellevue Community Center is Brian Mills' art class.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He's an awesome guy.
Yes. Tonight at the Grand Opera House, Bar None Entertainment LLC presents Over the Limit Jokes for a Cause for Mental Health Benefit show featuring Timmy Hall from Comic View and Latino Black and so many more. Door opens at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are $35 at the door. Man, that is so much happening, like right in this area that we're in, connected from Rodney Square all the way downtown. And then when we were walking here, we ran into something happening at Rodney Square. It's what they call it, trunk or treat. Trunk or treat, yes.
I want to go. I want candy.
You don't have a costume on.
Yeah, you're right.
Trunk or treat is happening at Rodney Square right now. I don't know how long it's going to be happening, but if you're near Rodney Square, definitely check that out. Also tonight, OP Productions present Wear Something Pink Breast Cancer Awareness.
Oh, you're wearing pink.
I know.
Was that planned?
Ironic, no.
Wow.
With a tribute to Frankie Beverly at 404 Marsh Road. And that is free entry. Check that out. I love all the free stuff. Man, I can't believe Frankie Beverly's not here in this room with us. But the music lives on. And I know they're going to have a ball, because the day that he passed away, when you tune to WDS, for those of us in Wilmington that can listen to Philly radio station, I'm listening, and it was like hit after hit after hit. It's like, did they have a mistune?
It was like a week-long tribute, I feel like.
Yes. And every song, I didn't realize that I knew that many Frankie Beverly made songs. It's great catalog. Definitely check that out tonight if you want something to do, because Wilmington, Delaware always has something to do on Saturdays. Chris Nelson. Wow. You gotta come over here and party with us sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And guess what, Chris Nelson? I like saying your name, Chris Nelson. November the 1st at the Grand Opera House at Copeland Hall, blues icon Robert Cray Band will be performing, celebrating 50 years.
Wow.
Yes, showtime is at 8 p.m. And November the 2nd, the Grand presents legendary comedian Eddie Griffin.
Oh, wow.
Yes, at Copeland Hall, 8 p.m. Market Street is going to be jumping.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. And also November the 2nd, check out Rare Good Flea Market. We just got a flyer for that, Lilo.
We did?
Yes. Rare Good Flea Market, 1 p.m. through 6 p.m. at Constitution Yard Beer Garden. And they will have vintage clothes. Am I speaking your language?
But like the real question
Handmade
is,
crafts.
Are they going to be expensive?
Rare collectibles, games, giveaway, food, and drinks. That sounds amazing.
It does.
Yes. Earlier on November the 2nd, Candy Crush High School basketball tournament will be taking place at 76ers Chase Fieldhouse, 3 p.m. And there will be 10 teams, 5 games at one place. So definitely check that out. Yes. November the 4th, One Village Alliance presents Fall Festival at 31 West 31st Street, 4 p.m. through 7 p.m. They will have free haircuts, music, games, cool giveaways, blanket giveaway, and more. Reserve your space at iamthevillage.org. Again, at iamthevillage.org. Woo! Wilmington, Delaware, I'm telling y'all.
It's not happening right now.
Yes.
Hey, mommy.
Yes.
Circle back
I
to
like how she says, "Hey, mommy," on here.
to the flea market. You know,
Yeah.
the vintage clothes. What is that? What is that again?
Girl, you better listen.
Yeah, I zoned out for a sec.
Yes, well, that happens November the 2nd.
Dang it! I was hoping maybe I could be Ronnie Spector if my Ash Ketchum Halloween costume didn't work out. So I was
wow.
gonna grab some vintage clothes, but there's thrift stores.
Lillo's an old soul. She loves Ronnie Spector.
Yes, I love them.
Yes. She loved the Ronettes in general.
I don't know. I found them on accident, and I love it.
Yes. Maybe you can come over here one day and we can play some Ronettes.
Yes.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I need to buy a CD.
Yes. Oh, yes. Get a CD and bring it. Okay, November 6th. What is happening? Delaware Music Network Open Mic Jam Session is happening at the Wilmington Library featuring Philafel. These names be getting me, but I love it. Ring the God, Samuel Moosley, and Songbird the Goddess.
Ooh.
She was here before. She's amazing.
Wow.
She's
Hip hop
really nice,
artist. I don't want to say hip hop artist because there's like hip hop and
Oh,
R&B.
Wait, Nina Songbird?
No, not Nina Songbird. Songbird the Goddess.
Why are there so many?
Yes. Doors open 6 p.m. Suggested donation is $5. Cardio drumming takes place every Thursday at 7 p.m. at the MSK Community Center, which is located at 1009 Sycamore Street, hosted by Gloria. Adults are $5. Children under 18 are free.
Ooh.
You want to go do that, Lolo?
Yes.
Okay, because you're free.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Violinist Damien Escobar will be performing at the Grand Copeland Hall November the 7th, 8 p.m. On November the 9th, the legendary Dionne Warwick will be in Wilmington performing at the Grand Copeland Hall, 8
Wow.
p.m. She's known for songs as Say a Little Prayer for Who?
Me?
Yes, walk on by, and that's what friends are for.
Wow, I never knew that
Keep
was her.
smiling. You never heard that song?
No, I have. I
I'm
never knew
about
it was
to say,
her.
girl, we're going to have to.
See one day.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what's the price?
And Dionne Warwick was just inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Long overdue, number one. She just got her street named after her in New Jersey. And she's coming here, Wilmington. Check out Dionne Warwick. Harlem Renaissance Artist of the Day, James Weldon Johnson. He was a writer and civil rights activist. He was born June 17, 1871 in Jacksonville, Florida, and passed away June 26, 1938 in Maine. He was a prominent leader of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. He wrote novels, poems, and so much more. He was also known for writing the Black National Anthem song, Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
lift every voice and sing.
Thank you, sir.
And his brother, he wrote the lyrics, and his brother, J. Rosamond Johnson, he composed the music. His younger brother.
Wow.
Yes.
Double threat.
Yes. So we got down to all the things that are happening in and around Wilmington, Delaware. Don't forget to check out the 2nd annual Hip Hop Cultural Summit right now at Delaware Art Museum. You still have time to get down there. Flavor Flav is about to hit the stage.
Oh, I wish I could be there.
I know.
Flavor Flav!
Yes, but that you hear that voice in the background? We're gonna introduce this brother. Chris Nelson
Peace.
of Our Time Entertainment LLC. Welcome to the Wilmington Renaissance Radio Show.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yes. How many times have you been on here? You said good to be back. I almost forgot.
About 3 or 4 times.
But you co-host with me and you got interviewed once about your event.
Yes.
So this time you're here to chat with me more than be interviewed.
Right.
We're going to talk about your business.
Mm-hmm.
You have an anniversary today, right? Or yesterday. That's leading into today. Tell us about your anniversary and congratulations.
Thank you. So Our Time Entertainment was founded on October 25th, 2012, and yesterday was the anniversary date.
Congratulations. How many years?
12 years.
12 years.
12 years in entertainment.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Dang. That company's younger than me.
Yes, it is.
That is true. That is true.
Yes, indeed.
So what made you start Our Time Entertainment?
Well, I was in a company called Workhorse Entertainment, and me and my friend Ali Sharp, we were business partners together.
Okay.
A lot of things happened that I didn't agree with. Love him to life, but I just wanted to really just go with my different way. Let him do his thing with Workhorse, and I do my thing with Our Time Entertainment. So it just happened that way organically.
And what does Our Time means to you?
So Our Time Entertainment was named after a song called Our Time.
Yes.
I just changed the word around a little bit.
Like an acronym?
Yeah,
Yes.
from an I to a Y. Because Our Time, the song was spelled with an I, but Our Time Entertainment is spelled with a Y.
Yes.
So Our Time Entertainment means the young moon Earth.
I love that.
Yes.
So what is it that you plan to achieve with your company, besides the obvious entertainment?
Well, I plan on eventually developing other artists, musicians, and helping people in the community like I've been doing.
What are those things that you've been doing in your community? Let us know.
Well, we just finished the 3rd annual Morton Summer Jam.
Which is a music festival?
Music festival in Morton, PA, in Delaware County. With that festival, we try to raise awareness about the summer camp program, which I was a part of.
I love that.
Yep. So trying to bring that back. Also with Our Time Entertainment, I want to teach young people and adults music. How to sing, how to write songs, how to produce, direct, teach, and play as a group.
Yes.
And give opportunities to those who may not get a chance to really perform on stage or perform in the limelight, on TV, BET, I'm saying, just give, our own opportunities to really allow them to grow and to give them opportunities to be seen and heard.
What makes you want to use your company as a platform to do such things?
Because I was, I remember the times me coming up. Michael Jackson, remember the time.
Remember the time.
So I remember the time when I was coming up, in Philadelphia, and I went to open mics and stuff like that in Philly and Delaware County, and traveling around the places, and just trying to be seen and be heard on the premier open mic stage, like the Black Lily.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and it wasn't easy, but I also used to go behind the stage at Unity Day in Philadelphia to the Snookel / Wawa celebration on 4th of July.
Yeah.
I used to go behind the scenes with, what I'm saying, and after the concert was over and trying to get signed. And somebody told me one day, Chris, why don't you start your own thing? So at that time, I was with Workhorse Entertainment. We were starting our own thing, but then we just basically branched off down, into their entity and my entity. So I just said, I'm just going to start my own thing the way I want to do it.
I love that.
And it's been happening my own kind of way for 12 years. So, yeah.
Running a business can be such a tedious thing as well as very rewarding.
Yes.
Give me the tedious part first.
Tedious part is looking for funding. try to find the funding. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have to go to work. If you're independent, you have to basically work and allocate the dollars of how you want to spend your money on your business versus your personal stuff.
Ooh, you touched on that well, because a lot of times we don't think of it that way, especially for artists who have the 9-to-5 job going on.
Right.
You work that 9 to 5 and you're making the money, you're paying your bills, and then you're filtering some of it into your business.
Right.
Then when you get to do your business, you're making money off of that.
Right.
And I have a rule for myself. When I make money off of business, I try my best. And I say I try my best because we still living and I have 4 children.
Right.
But I try my best to make sure that something that I made from a gig or merchandise, I invest back into my business.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Do you find yourself able to do that, or do regular everyday life kind of interfere with you doing that?
Both. A regular everyday life interferes with that a lot. And I had to re-examine myself, and I had to reconstruct things and redo things. Sometimes starting over again can be hideous. You know, and there are times, as you already know, starting over again, it can be tough.
Yeah.
But also it's rewarding thing because you get a chance to rearrange and redo things that you didn't do before. And so that's pretty much what it is with me. Being in business for 12 years is not easy, and people doubt you and say this, that, kind of third. But the fire in me says keep going, and I keep going. That's what I do.
When someone doubts you, how does that truly make you feel before you're able to say, I'm going to keep going?
Of course, I'm human, so I'm gonna feel bad, feel upset. I'm gonna start questioning myself and see, okay, are they right or what am I doing wrong? But then something always tells me, friendship and people that I love and care about, always, get me back into the forefront. And ultimately, I'm gonna do it anyway because that's how I am. If I want something to be done, it's going to be done a certain way. And sometimes I'm hard-headed.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'm hard-headed, but I also had to learn to listen to people who had the best interests at heart.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Rejection can be the things that gives you that fire to dig deep within and constantly recreate yourself. Because for me, I find myself with the struggle of being a black woman in rock. There's not a lot of outlets.
Right.
So I have to always find a way to create those spaces, not for just myself, but for others, the next generation coming up. Because when you think about building right now for yourself, I'm at the stage now where it's not all about, trying to get put on, chasing anything. It's about building blocks that can also benefit others that are coming up or that are aside me.
Exactly.
Because I know for me, I had mentors who did that for me. Tell me about your mentors.
Same thing. I have mentors that showed me the way, that counseled me, long talks over the phone. I'm saying with mentors and also my colleagues.
Yes.
So it's a journey, and a lot of times I find myself hearing the same thing from everybody. And it must be true because, they said it, you know what I mean?
Wow. And you're able to admit that to yourself?
I am, yes.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
It'd be hard.
Yes.
But when I got tired of going behind the scenes. When somebody told me, clear as day, start your own thing, I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. But I did know that was a spark, because I got tired of being rejected. I got tired of just trying to get put on somebody else's platform.
Yeah.
So years later, working with Ghetto Song Reputation Band and working with other folks, we started our own thing, and it's organic. It's not easy. It's hideous sometimes. It can be tough sometimes. You got to do fundraising for any events. If you're going on trips, you got to do fundraising for that. So just getting used to it and getting to the grind, getting into the spirit, and getting to that season, and getting to that essence. That's a rewarding thing.
And that's a wonderful thing, especially when you're a musician. You have merchandise, you have your CDs, because CDs still do count, especially on the road. People do want CDs and they do want merch.
Right.
But the thing about it is spending that money on the road or eating wrong with it on the road can bring you home with nothing.
Right.
How do you maintain a balance so you can reinvest in yourself after coming off the road?
Go to work, straight to work. Sometimes coming home from Africa or coming home from London or coming home from New York or LA, take a day off, but go back to work because nobody else is going to do it for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a job, and you don't get times off, or you take time off, you don't get paid for that time off.
Yes.
And it's hard, but you got the mindset of just grinding it out and allocating, like I said, before traveling to those places, you got to actually fundraise, and also what you have to do, you have to also make sure you have money saved up to pay for the rent and this at the third. It's a grind, but it also teaches you how to navigate, how to govern yourself, and how to basically save up, save up for your business, save up for your personal stuff. It's a yin and yang.
Yes, it is. I find it very intriguing watching artists navigate that, because the passion for it, something inside of us keeps us going. Yes.
Yeah.
Juggling those who have to juggle the day job or the night job and still do
do
that
both.
art. Yes. What do you do for a living outside of art?
So I work with adults who have special needs.
Wow.
I take adults out in the community, and sometimes I go in and spend the night over the homes, residential work with adults.
Yes.
And just make sure they have a good wholesome life. You know what I'm saying, and advise them and show love and respect and just help them out through life. That's what I do.
That's beautiful. And did you ever have any other jobs outside of that while you were doing your art?
Yes, I went to UPS before when I first met you.
Yes.
And I was driving at the time, and I also that's when I was in school at Temple University. Summer camp program for 8 years since 2006 to about 2013.
Yes.
2 years, actually 1 year after our entertainment was forming.
Yes.
So working the summer camp program all those years and bringing in artists, special guests like Gail Songbird and
Yes, I love that.
One Sunlight Rod, to Verona Ali, to many other people that came through to speak for the children at the time. And Lila was actually a little girl, actually a little baby at the time.
Yes.
So it was a great experience. And from that platform, we started doing shows. The very first year of Our Time Entertainment, 2012, I had this festival called the Our Time Community Festival. That was my first ever community festival, first ever festival ever doing. I got trained under Ghetto Summer Restoration Band because Ghetto Summer had this festival called Wilmington Fest. So I linked up with her, Ghetto Songbird, and she helped me out with the Our Time Community Festival, and that was my first year ever doing the festival for the first year of Our Time Entertainment.
Is it weird that every time you talk about Ghetto Songbird, I feel like you're not talking about me? Because right now I'm Samantha Hollins. But yes, we have been working together for a long time, like since 2006, I believe.
2005.
2005.
2004.
Man, you telling your age.
See these gray hairs right here?
Yes.
Long
It
time.
started off with the festival, Wilmington Fest, that I used to produce in Philadelphia.
That's in 2005.
And then we started producing your Black History program.
2004.
Yes, in Morton, Pennsylvania.
That's right.
And it just goes on from there. And to see where you are right now is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your background growing up, because there's a lot of... One thing I want to say,
it's
when
a
we
big
were
history.
on social media,
It's a
all
big
we
history.
see is that picture, that smile picture or whatever we put, and what we got coming up.
Right.
But people don't really know what's going on behind the smile, what's going on behind the scenes. For those who don't tell all their business on social media.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
It's a big history I'm still learning about in my own history, besides within the African diaspora. So I'm gonna try to make a long story short. So I had a grandfather by the name of Dempsey Nelson Jr. who was a Tuskegee Airman, and he had a business in Chicago, and he birthed. He had 5 children. The oldest was my mother, and she, along with her siblings, had a group called the Nelson Four. For what I heard, they had family in Jacksonville, Florida, and they was on the radio a lot, singing and singing on the radio. Fast forward, one of my mother's sisters, youngest sisters, Phyllis Nelson. She started a group called Brown Sugar, who was on tour, a group that was on tour, and also signed to Philly International Records.
Oh, they were signed to Philly International?
Yep.
Wow.
For what I read.
Okay.
They went on tour with Major Harris. They also sung back up for Patti LaBelle. I heard a rumor that they was also on tour with Marvin Gaye, and they also was on tour with Earth, Wind and Fire.
Okay. Brown Sugar. Check that out.
And they was together for a good minute. And then she branched off to her own thing, and she blew up in Europe. She had critical success in the United States, but she blew up in Europe.
And when we went to London,
right,
and you mentioned that name, people were getting so excited.
Yeah.
Because it was a new name for me, Phyllis Nelson. You told me about her.
Yes.
And then after that, I would go into record stores and I'll see her record there.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I just brought one for you that I saw.
Yeah.
Your legacy is so steeped into the music industry.
And she birthed a son named Mark Nelson, who is 10 years older than me. He started a group called Boys II Men. I'm 8 years old. I don't know nothing about what's going on. I'm like I'm a sponge. I'm a child.
Dillo looking like, what?
Yes.
Dude, I didn't know that part.
Yes. So he started Boys II Men, co-founder of Boys II Men. They graduated in '89. I'm 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I started doing music at 4 or 5 years old, singing. I started singing in the household. Family not know what's happening. I'm just singing in the household, and also branched off into dancing in Morton, and then started my formal training in church, First Baptist Church of Morton, singing in the choir at 4 to 5 years old, because at the time it was different. He had age brackets. So as I was coming into the choir, my sister was going out, leaving the choir. She graduated the same time, the same year, different high school, but the same year as my cousin Mark.
Okay.
So after that, Motown 25 was happening around 1983, and I saw the real live show in that May of 1983.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm an 80s baby, as you already know.
Yes.
So Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, they was on the same show, but all these legendary artists was actually on variety shows and on PBS or CBS or ABC, and I would definitely just watch these different artists that our grandparents would watch. So tune in to Sammy Davis Jr., tune in to Ray Charles, tune in to Motown 25. I said, Grandma, how can Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder be blind and can sing and play? She said, by the grace of God. I said, okay, wow. She asked me one day, because we had the upright piano, old upright piano. I used to bang on it. Little children used to bang on it, you know what I'm saying? So I used to bang on it a lot. So what happened was, she said, Chris, you want to learn how to play piano? I was kind of nervous. This was around 6 or 7 years old. I said, yes. So I started playing. I started learning to play piano, formally trained, classically trained by the late Mr. Parcells, a white man by the name of Mr. Parcells in Springfield. He taught me how to play piano. He told me, Chris, you have a natural ear. But he actually made me read the notes and understand what I was playing. So at that time, my eyes was better than my ears. This time, my ears is better than my eyes. But I still know where I'm going, because you got to know. Writing the band, you got to know where you're going. And you got to know where you're at. Yeah. So writing the songs, producing this and the third, I just tell a band member this and the third what notes I'm playing, what key I'm playing, and that's very important.
Yes.
So So after that, watching Mark discover Boys to Men, which came to my house. They only came to my house one time, I think, because Nate used to come to my house all the time in Morton, PA, and all that kind of stuff. So it branched off to that. I'm in high school. He's in line like I'm in high school, and I was bragging about that. People didn't believe me.
I know you were.
So, so my senior year, Mark surprises me. I'm senior in high school at Springfield High School. Mark surprises me and saying, and I'm like, yo, and because I was bragging every year. Hey, because of Mark, that's because of Mark.
But you also forgot to mention he was also an As Yet.
I was going to say that, yes.
Okay.
He was an As Yet. So I'm in high school. He comes to my high school and surprises me, and people would take pictures with him. And it's like, I'm like just bragging, like, yo, you lied. I'm not lying. This is my cousin Mark. So anyway, he stayed the whole time, and he left, and I did my thing, because I'm in high school.
Yeah.
But 1996, that was 2000. So in the midst of all that, because I graduated in 2000 from Springfield, in the midst of all that, he was in this group called As Yet, and they're blowing up. And man, I went to 1996. I went to the Powerhouse, where it was As Yet. It was Case.
Ooh.
It was So For Real. You name it. At that time, you name it. It was amazing.
Good music.
112.
Time. Yes.
And when I went. Oh, that's a long story. I got stories, man. Got stories. So, but yeah, it started from a grandfather who I've never met, Dempsey Nelson Jr. And
who was a Tuskegee Airman.
Yes. To now me doing my own thing. I got cousins who are writing their own songs, second cousins, first cousins, second cousins. I have a cousin who's with me on the Art Entertainment and other things like that. So, yeah.
So, being an artist, a creative person,
yes,
and still having to hold down a 9-to-5 job, how do you balance both worlds? Because I know when I go on tour and I do shows, and we're doing them back to back to back, and we having a good time. Then we land and we come back home and get back to everyday life. It's like a high that you gotta bring yourself down naturally on.
Yes.
Because if you don't bring it down naturally, that's when people get into things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you bring yourself down?
Prayer, meditation. I learned how to manifest and just rest. Lots of rest. You gotta rest your body. Even times when you're working hard and going hard, working a job, you got this basically find time to rest. If you don't rest, you will crash, and you will definitely it's stressful,
But also, how do you bring your mind back to where you are coming home, knowing that I wish I could still be on stage. I want to still be on stage.
Long walks in the park. Long walks. I mean, everywhere. I walk everywhere. So, especially at nighttime, meditating, talking to the Most High, Creator and Universe, Angel, the ancestors, and my higher self. Yeah. Just walking around and having good conversations by myself, and just really just manifesting or just walking, walking in the park in quiet places.
Yes.
Staying quiet to yourself and just resting, chilling.
If you ever got offered to be signed to a major label, would you do it? Or would you sign your company, Our Time Entertainment, to a distribution deal?
I would do a distribution deal versus be signed to a label. When I was younger, of course, I was green, so I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't understand the importance of that, or the pros and cons of signing to a label. But as I got older and as I was grinding and studying and asking questions and researching myself, I see that, I'm on the right track, because I like to do things my way. And I also like to help people too as well, and work with folks that are on the same pathway, on the same energy as I am.
Okay.
So I'd rather do a distribution deal versus me signing my label, sign myself to a major label.
What's next for Our Time Entertainment?
Well, we had to cancel a show coming up this weekend, and we also had to cancel other shows due to personal stuff. But next year we are planning on doing major things, traveling around the world again, doing recording in April, and also touring in Africa to, so many different places, so many different things happening at the same time. Doing Morning Summer Jam for the fourth year, straight year, and celebrating the 13th anniversary of Arts and Entertainment, and also having the festival for my grandfather in December of 2025.
And tell us about your grandfather and the festival.
So the grandfather whom I did meet, he was married into my into the Nelson family. Reverend Dr. Edward E. Battle helped raise me for 31 years until he made transition in 2012. Which ironically, that was the same year I started Arts and Entertainment, and also
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And also his born day was around the Arts and Community Festival was around his born day, which is on the 10th of December. But on that time, it was December 8th, the festival. So I'm going to be celebrating his 101 born day next year in Morton, PA.
Wonderful.
For the festival called the Arts and Entertainment. The second annual Our Time Entertainment.
So you do a lot for your community. You build platforms for others to be seen and heard with that art and music, and even vendors, because
Yes.
the vendors that come to your events, they're getting opportunity to put their business out there as well.
Right.
What do you want to be able to say my community knows me for when all is said and done?
I try to help folks reach their potential. I try to, give opportunities and create a world that's people that you can do something without doing anything negative. Like you can do something positive, like in your merits, in your work speaks for itself. That my work spoke for myself, and I didn't have to do anything within the industry that makes you lose your soul.
Yes.
I try my best to be the best I can be. I'm not perfect, but I try my best to be the best I can be to help folks and just to lead by example. So yeah.
Chris,
my grandparents taught me that. Well, my grandfather specifically, and also my grandmother too. But my grandparents taught me how to lead and govern, and how to treat folks with love and respect, and how to help folks, how to help people. So yeah.
I love the way that you are running your business. It feels like family. It feels like home.
Exactly.
Yes. There are a few shout outs on social media for you. Fortune in Botswana says, hello, Chris.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Gia Hyatt, hello. Fortune.
Hey, sister.
Gloria
Botswana
Scott.
family, love y'all.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes. Man, I feel like we could go on and on. What advice do you give to someone young that wants to be in the industry, if you had the opportunity to mentor them to do it the right way without having to give up themselves for the industry?
Study the business. At the same time as you are developing your craft, study the business first. Study the industry. Study what you're getting into, and study. Ask questions. No questions is a dumb question, especially if you want to be in the industry full of craziness. Study the industry, study the business, and know who you are and love who you are, and don't allow anybody to rush you. Learn the business, and at the same time, studying your craft as well.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Chris Nelson. Where can people find you on social media as an artist and as Our Time Entertainment?
Well, the website is down, but you can find Our Time Entertainment on Instagram. Our Time, HOURT.Y.M.ENT on Instagram. Also on Facebook, Our Time Entertainment LLC. You can find me on Facebook, Chris Nelson Music at facebook.com/Chris Nelson Music. So you can find that as well.
Okay.
And on youtube.com/CNL25.
All right, Chris Nelson, I want to play a game. I know that you love Stevie Wonder.
I sure do.
So.
I actually met him too.
Yes, you
3
did.
times.
Yeah.
3.
I want to know, what is your favorite Stevie Wonder song?
That's a whole lot. I love Ribbon in the Sky.
Can you sing a little bit?
Oh, so long for this night I prayed that a star would guide you my way to share with me this special day. There's a ribbon in the sky for our love.
Yes.
If allowed, may I touch your hand? And it please, may I once again, so that you who will understand, there's a ribbon in the sky for our love.
Ooh, that is
you.
nice. Yes, you didn't know I was going to ask you to do that.
No, I did not.
But I knew you was going to choose that song because I know you love that song. Who are other artists that you love to listen to that gives you that mojo you need to go out there and do your thing?
I love listening to Last Night we had an argument. You told me you love me. All the things I said I never meant. No, baby.
Okay.
Silk.
I love
Silk.
that.
I love Last night you wasn't into it. You told me secrets that you never told us. So you were so nervous and so comfortable as we explore the image of love.
I remember that.
As yet.
Your cousin, yeah.
That's right. I love although we come to the end of the road, still I can't let it go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. I love that song. I love boy. So many people. D'Angelo, The Roots. I love Outkast. I love man, of course, absolutely. Looking out into the nighttime. Cities wink to sleep inside. Hear her voice shake my window. Sweet seducing signs. They say why? Tell them that is human nature. Why does it do it that way? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or what other song? I'm not the woman, I'm not the man. I am something that you never understand. I never beat you, I never lie. If you will, I will give you by, cause you what would die for you. Darling, if you want me to you, I would die for you. Prince.
Yes.
Oh man, so many artists, man. I can go on and on and on.
You like a live jukebox. How many quarters do I owe you?
So yeah, I love Prince. I love Patrice Rushen. Oh man, she's amazing. I love, like I said, it's Usher. I love Alicia Keys. There's so many people.
What about Donny Hathaway?
Oh man, he's
another singer, songwriter, pianist.
Hang on to
It is
mistletoe.
not Christmas. Don't be rushing.
I understand. I love that song.
Do not.
I love that song.
It's a beautiful song. Though. I can listen to that all year round.
The Bush performed it last year.
Yes.
Man, I love that song. I love him. He's amazing.
Chris, you are bringing old school Fortune said.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love Jimi Hendrix.
Yes.
Thanks Together song, but I love Rhythm and Thought. I love all musicians, artists, you know.
Yes.
How diverse.
Overthrust. I love Overthrust. I love, oh man.
Let me hear you sing an Overthrust song.
I don't know this song. I don't know it, I just knew it.
You know it, but you don't want to sing it.
It's going to hurt my voice. You know what I mean? They're amazing.
That's a different type of singing.
Riccara.
Yes.
I love Riccara. I am circumcised. That's right. Riccara.
Nobody will know why you're saying that unless you sing the whole thing.
Yeah, that did.
Lilo's like, okay, what's going on?
I know the metal, right?
Marvin Gaye too.
The
Yes.
metal.
Yes.
Okay, now I can see why you won't do the singing. I can see that now.
Lilo, can I
Marvin Gaye.
ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Listening to this conversation about business, what have you learned?
Well, I don't know really. I mean,
You digesting it?
yeah. And also, this is stuff that, I've been told my whole life already by all of you guys. So it's like, yeah, stay away from the evil.
Well,
make good
sums it
choices.
up. Yes, make good choices.
Marvin Gaye for me though, also Marvin Gaye.
Yes,
Tammy
you love
Terrell.
Marvin Gaye.
I met Smokey Robinson one time.
Wow.
Yep.
Ooh.
Baby, baby.
I'm gonna
Yep.
meet him.
So mother. Yes, I love music. This is what I love.
And that's what makes the business we could tolerate it when it's doing what it does.
Right.
That frustrates us. Loving the art.
Right.
Loving giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Giving back to our people. Giving back to our children. And not giving back in the sense of always in the sense of like we have to give something. It's just who you are.
Exactly.
You're a man of service.
Because our heroes did that. Imagine I had imagine I had $1 million. I would just give a portion of that to people who need it the most.
Dude, this guy would give the shirt off of his back.
That's right.
Just don't do it now. Chris, you have anything else you would like to say to our listeners out there before we wrap this up?
Love yourself, love music, love life, and try to give great energy to yourself and to your family and friends and mentors and community.
Chris, happy 12th. Is it 12?
12 years.
Happy 12th anniversary to Our Time Entertainment,
Thank you very much.
LLC.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to you and all that you do. I look forward to Morton Summer Jam next year, working with you and helping to build that platform and build for the next generation.
Absolutely. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Giving back and building a legacy and helping people.
Yes, legacy is important.
You do it the right way.
Preserving culture.
You do it the right way without selling your soul. It may be the long haul.
Say
but
it. Yes.
It's the best way. And I had to learn that. I had to learn a whole lot of things. Especially that lesson. It's the long haul is the best way versus the short way.
So many twists and turns
within this industry. Yep.
But the long way has been more rewarding.
You get to learn a lot of things, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of lessons learned. So learn the lessons and grow.
Yeah.
Sometimes I had to relearn lessons, relearn some stuff.
I mean, you have family that's in the industry. You could have took the easy route.
Actually, I tried. It just didn't work out that way.
Yes.
And at the time, when at 12 years old, you're not understanding why. But when you get 40, pushing 40, and I'm 43, so you get 40, and you get to learn and understand why, and research and study.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I did. That's what I'm doing. Continue to do.
Well, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
For Delaware County as a whole and Morton, PA, that filters over here into Delaware with us collaborating on projects. And have a wonderful day, everyone who is listening out there. Thank you to everyone listening on Facebook. Thank you to everyone who's listening on the radio. Once again, I am Samantha Hollins, and this is the Wilmington Renaissance Radio Show on WHGE 95.3 FM. Peace.
Peace. That was amazing.
Like doodling.
Are you smart? Are you smart?
Well, this is my song.
Mic check 1 2 1 1 1.
Valentine, say
The bass in town, come on. Say the bass in town, come on.